Interest rates cruising above 7%, and in Lancaster County at least, the home values continue to go up. We are looking back at the month of May 2023 in this month's Market Update video. So much for watching this video. My name is Matt Moore with the Moore Group. We are a real estate team based right here in the beautiful Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. And in this video, we're going to be looking back on the month of May 2023 and looking at it from the perspective of what's going on in the real estate market here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And we will going to get into the raw numbers here in just a second. But first, I just want to say this. We are helping people who are moving into the area or relocating into the area from out of state all the time. And if that's you, if you're on this channel because you're doing some research about Lancaster, trying to get a better feel for what it's like to be here and what the real estate market is like, well, first of all, you're in the right place. And second of all, we'd love to have a conversation with you. So we're going to put the information right on the screen on how you can reach out to us. And of course, I'll put more of this information at the end of this video as well. So please stick around, watch the information, and learn more how you can get in contact with us for us to help achieve your real estate goals. All right, without further ado, let's look back on the month of May. Now that we're in the early part of June, we can look back and let's get started on that monthly market update. All right, first things first, and that is regarding the amount of inventory. Yes, as I mentioned earlier in the video, interest rates did top over 7% for a period of time there back in the month of May. Looks like they've sort of settled down in the high sixes, at least as of recording of this video. But the point is that even though interest rates have gone up, the inventory being less, about 25% less than it was this time last year, has continued to allow home values to go up. That is what we have consistently seen across the board over the last few months, that Lancaster County in Pennsylvania continues to stay very resilient to what is going on the macroeconomic scale, especially on the west coast of the United States, where home values are dropping 5, 10, 15, 20% year over year. That's not what's happening here in Lancaster and across much of the eastern seaboard. And then looking at some of those raw numbers, again, we try to compare year over year, May 2022 to May 23, and we find that there were 492 closings in the month of May last year. You compare that to what we saw in the month of May of this past year of 2023, and we're running right about 100 less, 396 closings there in this past month, and that is a drop of about 100 homes. So we're running about 20 to 25% less sold inventory this past month than what we saw just a year ago. And I fully believe that this is the reason why that we've continued to see home values appreciating here in Lancaster County. That is the lack of inventory. There's just less homes to choose from. And we can see that when we look at the median sale price. So that's that middle number, not the average, but the middle number and what that's doing. And that has increased from year over year by roughly about $10,000, going from about $306,000 to $315,000. And we, again, comparing from the May of last year to May of this year. Now, as we look at different types of data to try to figure out what's going on with the real estate market and how things are playing out for sellers and for home buyers, another factor that we also look at is days on market. And I'm here to tell you that back in May of 2022, interest rates were starting to see their climb up, but they were still very nicely down into the 3s and the 4% range. But now we're up around the 6.5%, 7% range. But yet the days on market has not changed. It was 6 days on market last year in May. This May, 6 days on market. Nothing has changed. So that lack of inventory pulling things down, leading to median sale prices increasing from year over year. And then when we look at the average sale price, so again, that's looking at all of the values that have sold in Lancaster County, and we try to compare those two. An interesting thing that we are seeing is that we're not quite seeing homes closing for the numbers that they were seeing over asking prices they were before. Here's an example of that. Look back in May of 2023, the average listing price was right around $335,000, and the average sale price is right around $345,000. So again, not median, but average. And what that tells us when we look at May of 2022, where that was a $20,000 gap, this is a $10,000 gap. So I think buyers are being a little bit more mindful with the crazy over asking price because money's a little bit more expensive to borrow for sure, especially when these interest rates go up and the prices of homes go up too. That compounds and it makes things more expensive generally speaking.
Hey, real quickly, I want to invite you to subscribe to our channel. We're making a lot of content for not just Lancaster, but some of the surrounding communities as well, and we'd love for you to get a chance to see it. So all you have to do is hit that subscribe button and also hit the little bell for alerts anytime new videos are published. Thanks so much, and back to the video.
And there's one more factor we look at when it comes to trying to figure out where the hot areas in a region might be, and it's what's called the showing demand index. And what this is showing is it's comparing year over year or even month over month. It's an algorithm that is based on our showing scheduling software and determines what areas are seeing more showings than maybe some surrounding areas. And in this case, Lancaster County continues, even like the last few months in a row, continues to outperform every other regional county that we have in our market that this has been keeping track. So the showing demand in Lancaster County continues to remain strong. Days on market continues to remain exactly the same as it was last year, 6 days on market, and we are continuing to see home values going up. So this goes back to the original point, and that is Lancaster County remains incredibly resilient to what is happening in the economy, what is happening with mortgage interest rates, and what that leads to in terms of the takeaways is this. For home sellers, and if you've got a little bit of economic anxiety going on, you're a little bit worried about what's going on when it comes to the sale of your house, there is actually no better time here in Lancaster County to sell your home, and that's because of the lack of inventory. Buyers are starting to get used to that 6 to 7% interest rate, and they're still buying homes. And not only that, but there's still cash buyers that don't care about the mortgage interest rates that still need to get in a home into the Lancaster area. And for home buyers, it's incredibly important now more than ever to make sure you are working with a real estate team that knows how to navigate these waters. Of course, things are more expensive now and there's still competition. So you need to be connected with a real estate group, whether that's us or somebody else. Just make sure that they are taking advantage of every possible avenue to get you into a home, because I don't really see a reason why this would change going into the next few months or the rest of this year. Where is the flood of inventory coming from? I just don't see it. And for that reason, I think we're going to continue to see the same market now through the rest of the year. So that's it. That's the real estate market update looking back on the month of May of 2023. I hope you got some information out of it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below. I'd be happy to answer them for you and get back to you. Now, I promised more of our contact information at the end of the video, and here we are. So here is how you can reach out to us. Call, text, email, and you can reach out any way that possible on the information on the screen. Now, if you don't want to reach out quite yet, but you want to learn more about us, I encourage you to do this. Go to themoregroup.lancaster.com. On the web, check out our website and see what we have to offer, what we can offer you as a home buyer or as a home seller. No one is marketing properties for sale the way that we are. Nobody's getting more eyeballs on properties the way we are. That I can promise you. And for home buyers, we are helping people navigate this all the time in terms of making their offer strong without necessarily having to spend the most amount of money. It's not always about that. And we can talk more about that when we have a phone call at some point in the near future. If you want to do a little bit more digging, again, we're in the review economy, then do this. Go to Google and type in the More Group Real Estate, and you will find our Google business page where you can see our over 50 5-star reviews and counting, learn more about us, and see other people in your potential situation and how we've been able to help them through this process. Again, my name is Matt Moore with the Moore Group. We are a real estate team here in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. If we can help you, we'd love to talk to you, but thanks for watching this video.